Okay, thanks. So yeah, this is my talk about how we're trying to use STAC at CEDA. So I'll just introduce the problem we were looking at and how we're using STAC to try and solve that. So a bit of background. CEDA stands for the Centre for Environmental Data Analysis. One of the main services we provide is the CEDA archive. This is a large data store of atmospheric and Earth observation data. And this data is collected from a wide range of sources and different data providers. And these all use different instruments, different formats, different storage types, etc. And this has led to this highly heterogeneous archive, which has become very difficult to search across. Additionally, this has become a bit of a moving target as we're still growing our archive by hundreds of thousands of files per day. So we wanted to allow users to search across the entire archive with one application. This solution would need to be able to generate the metadata from our archive, which means that it would need to work with the different domains, formats, vocabularies, and everything that our data providers use. And it would also need to be scalable with our archive. We didn't think this was a problem that we were alone with, so we wanted to join a community project and produce a solution that was reusable, and that's where we found STAC, and we thought it was a good fit. We saw three main areas of work. Firstly, generating the metadata, then making it searchable and interactable, and then finally making that functionality accessible to our users. For generating our STAC data, we settled on a plugin architecture. This was mainly for our own benefit, so we could reach different areas of our archive, but it also has the added benefit of enabling it to be more reusable for others. So data is initially fed in using input plugins. We've already created input plugins for walking file directories and object store buckets, as well as reading rabbit queues and intake catalogs. The generators then use this to extract the required data using a set of extractors. Which extractors are used and what data is extracted is configurable through what we've called our item descriptions. And then finally, that extracted data is output again via a plugin. For us, this is Elasticsearch, but different plugins can be written for different use cases. The flexibility of this framework has also allowed us to use it for asset, item, and collection generation. Back when we started the project, the community API had a relational backend. I understand that they've now got an Elasticsearch version as well, but we decided to create ours from scratch, following and basing it on the current STAC Fast API, but obviously with an Elasticsearch backend. In addition to this, we've also proposed some extensions to the API specifications. Some of our users prefer to having a text box to search in, as it's more familiar thanks to sites like Google. So we put forward the free text search extension that enables this. We've also added an extension that adds some collection information to the context. This is mainly to aid our user interfaces. And we're currently working on enabling multi-level search. So that's search that's not just done at the item level. Similarly, when we started back last year, there didn't seem to be any web clients that fully met our requirements. They seem to either be for static catalogs or seem to be more map-based. So we designed this kind of quick and dirty React app that allowed us to get early feedback from people that may be not comfortable working directly with the API, and we're still developing that today. For our users that use Python, we've worked on the StackPy client to try and include our API extensions. So what do we plan to do next with STAC? As I mentioned, we're working on search at different levels, so not just the item. We're also looking at possible integration of our generators with the vocabularies that our data providers use. This is mainly to simplify search for our users, and so they don't have to know the different terms in the different vocabularies. StackPy seems to have stopped development from our viewpoint. So we're looking now to see if we can shift to start using PyStack instead. And finally, as always, we're looking to work with other people. So if anybody does want to get in touch, I'm more than happy to chat. With that, I'll say thank you for listening, and I'm happy to try and answer any questions now or in Gitter later.